All right, so here's a look at this electric fireplace. Now you can see that we've got it freestanding right now. This can also be mounted up into the wall, but you can see down here at the bottom, these are going to be the little metal feet. They're really easy to put in. It's only going to basically just be 2 screws and you've got your feet. It is quite sturdy. They look like small feet, but they actually go out in the back as well. But you could see here that this is recessed. So if you wanted to mount this up and make this flush into your wall, you definitely can. I mean, there's a couple different ways to mount this. Like I said, recessed, you could actually put it behind a cabinet, or you could just mount it down here kind of on the ground. Now this is going to have a lot of different features to it, and this is the remote that comes with it. So let's go ahead and play with this. I'll show you some of the different things. So first off, what we could do is we can change the color of the flames. We could also change the speed of the flame as well. So now I've turned it up to be higher. That's level 3, level 4, 5, and then back down to 1. So let me show you what 5 looks like. You can see the flames are going really fast. We could also change it. So we've got like a pink and purple. It's basically like a tricolor right now. And then we could also change the color of the rocks. So these rocks in here are basically just glass pieces that come with it. They're clear pieces of glass, and you can actually just change the color at the bottom and it's going to make it look like the rocks actually changed color. I like using the multicolor for the flame in the background and then just picking something that's looking kind of similar. So you can see that looks really good. You've got a red and an orange in the back, and then you've got red down there at the bottom. Now you could also set a timer on here as well. So if you wanted to set this only for a certain amount of time, you can do that there, and it's going to change in 1 hour increments. And this is actually where we're going to change the brightness. So we can click that there, and it's got 5 levels of brightness. That is the brightest setting right there, and then going back down there to a 1. So I like having it on the highest brightness because we usually have a lot of ambient light going on in the room. But if you're watching a movie or something like that and it gets kind of distracting, you can kind of just still keep it on but put it down to a lower level. And then of course, to turn the heat on itself, there's a button over here on the left hand side, and we can change the heat. So you can kind of hear it turned on. This is where the heat is going to come out of, up here at the top. And you want to be careful because if you put anything on top of here, it could melt or get burnt. So you want to be really careful with what you put on top of this fireplace. Now we are doing everything here on the remote, but we could also do it here on the fireplace itself down here at the bottom. So if you didn't want to use the remote, or if you can't find the remote, it's easy. You basically just click that to turn everything on, and then it's got all the same buttons down here at the bottom. Just to give you a size reference as well, I'll go ahead and do a quick measurement. So from end to end, it is 50 inches. And then once you have it on the ground, it's up about 19 inches. So it's going to be 19 by 50. So a pretty good size. You can see it's almost the size of our media console here underneath our TV. So it looks good mounted down right here on the ground. So if you're looking for a good electric fireplace for this winter, then I would definitely recommend picking one of these up.